Thinks there's always tomorrow. I miss your touch on nights when I'm hollow. I know you crossed a bridge that I can't follow. Oh. Since the love that you left is all that I get, I want you to know that if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life. And if you can't be next to me, your memory is ecstasy. I miss you more than life. I miss you more than life.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow. I need more time, but time can't be borrowed. I'd leave it all behind if I could follow. Since the love that you left is all that I get, I want you to know that if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life. And if you can't be next to me, your memory is ecstasy. I miss you more than life.
Oh, and if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life. I miss you more than life.
yo. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. I feel like this is not... There we go. Beautiful. Good. We're golden. We are golden. TikTok was good with you. Purple app was good. X was good. Good morning. Hope everybody's having a good start to your week, man. It's Monday. It is Monday. We are at the halfway point of June, almost July. Summer is kicking in. Football season is around the corner. Basketball is coming to a close. Baseball is in full force. Cameron, Liam, welcome to the live. Welcome in. Cha-Cha Game, welcome to the live. Thank you for coming in. Shout out to the 4 on X. Wolf Pack Collectibles. Caden, welcome to the live. El Baba Yaga, welcome to the live. Why don't I hear? That's better. I'm trying to figure out where we left off. We left off right here. We couldn't do these moments here. Do these have moments? We started doing these. So let's get it going. Let's get it going.
Here is Sosa to the plate. Both 2 in this one. Hammers that one deep left field and forget.
Here we go, first pitch. Yo, Jay Haven, appreciate the follow and the likes. DLD4 with the likes on the live. Appreciate you, DLD4. see something here. Am I able to move?
So digging in, Sammy Sosa. And there's a strike.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
That one not close. And that's ball one. That one missed. That's in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. That one is upstairs. He goes down looking.
That works. Cool. I have to move that over a little bit. Beautiful. Now I can stretch it out a little bit more. Comes a little bit more within my range here.
So 2 down. Here's Sosa to the plate. That clips the inside corner for a strike.
Zeros.
A little tighter way to get ahead on a
Find another chat. Find another chat to do that kind of stuff in, all right?
Back some more. And it's caught just in front of the wall.
Lucy, Monkey, Tim, and Tony, welcome to the live, everybody.
So 2 down. And now the right fielder.
Yo, shout out to the 6 on the live. Make sure you guys are tapping the screen. Make sure you guys are sharing out the live. I don't know why I just swung at that.
Well, you got to be careful with this guy. 2 outs, nobody on. He's looking to drive the ball really far. So
I swung at that again. So what's everybody up to? How's everybody's summer? How many people in here graduated high school, going to college? How many in here are going to high school for the first time? How's everybody enjoying life out of school? I mean, some of you even graduated college, right? How's life after college? Talk to me.
Cuts out to center field. Crawford could have this one.
Parker, I am a trucker, driving real life. All right, nice, Parker. Nice, Parker. How long you been doing trucking for, Parker? Grab the camera for Lamar Jackson edit. No, I'm good. 6 years? Nice, Parker, nice. What would you say is...
Next to the Cubs, Sammy Sosa.
What would you say your least favorite thing about it is, and what would you say your most favorite thing about it is?
Right through there for his truck. Well,
You're 26? Oh, so you're young, man.
to get ahead on a good hitter as well. He's a little bit more confident with the at-bat, and that's in the dirt.
Hey, you know what they say? If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Check swing, and he went. Now 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2.
So what made you get into doing the trucking, man?
That's where you can get hurt.
Because I was looking into doing trucking myself, but I've got a big family. I've got a lot of
That one
kids,
almost got him.
so it would have been tough for me to be away from my family. Because I feel like with trucking, if you really want to make like really good money, if you want to make really good money, you got to be on the road for like 10 or 14 days at a time. You know, so I've got 2-year-old twins and stuff like that. I've got a 14-year-old, a 13-year-old. So Davis R with the follow. Appreciate you, Davis. Thank you.
Two outs. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
He's going to have to make sure that he stays patient because he is the focal point in that lineup. They're going to pitch you.
Swing,
That
and this
should
one's
be
out.
out of here.
It's got a chance. Just missed
Nope.
it.
Caught it at the wall.
So 2 down. Sammy Sosa, the next Cub to hit.
Caught it at the wall.
And the first offering is fouled off.
Yo, Brady C, welcome to the TikTok Live.
Seventh. Hard hit, right side. Throw over to Thomas. Inning over on the ground out. Took
Mikey NY or Mike NY, what's up? Welcome to the live. Mike NY, are you a Yankees or a Mets fan?
Cub to hit. On the ground to third. Rojas throws on to first. That is the inning.
I mean, I'm just kind of low-key getting shafted right here. Low-key getting
Two
shafted.
down, and here is Sosa to the plate. And the first offering is fouled off. Inside, almost got him.
I don't know why I swung at that.
2 out, space is empty.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone. 'cause that's
Jackson,
where you
welcome
get
to the
hurt.
live.
Ripped to short, snagged on a bounce. It's there, and that's a great play.
Hi, Jackson. Welcome in. Jacob, no, I'm good. I don't want to grab my camera. How you doing today, Jackson? Doing good? I'm doing well, Jackson. Doing well. Can't complain. Got some coffee, right? Got playing some MLB The Show. You know, can't complain. Can't complain. Woke up today, feeling good. right? So a lot to be happy about, right?
Trying to get him to chase on the change up that time. In the air, right field.
Come on. Come on.
Top snags it on the run. So 2 down, and here is Sosa to the plate. He's already homered in this game. Swung on, belted. Going back. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Oh, yeah.
In the air, right field. Makes the catch, inning over.
It's not going good for us right now. Not going good for us right now.
So 2 down. So now it's the Cubs hitter in the 4-hole, Sammy Sosa. That one inside, look out.
Sometimes it takes a couple of pitches to get a feel, especially when you move from that bullpen mound into this game mound.
Swing and a miss, and 1-1.
Hey, take it easy there, pitcher.
Got him.
Take it easy, pitcher.
That one hit to right. Tachman. He's got it, and that is out number 3. So 2 down, Sammy Sosa, the next Cub to hit. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hit right there.
And a swing and a miss.
I wouldn't throw him another.
Broke the
baseball.
bat.
Try to go again with the fastball, slightly.
Swanee, what's up, brother?
He's having a hard time catching up.
2 down, nobody on. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Gets it to first. That's the
Yeah,
end.
Jackson, I've been close a few times now. Just right at the wall. Right at the wall, man.
2 down, and here is Sosa to the plate. Laser could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Yo, Brooke with the follow on the live. Thank you, Brooke.
And now Sammy Sosa.
Excuse me.
Almost got him.
Oh, the adrenaline's pumping right there. Pretty good fastball.
Man, I got it. Like I went to bed at a decent hour. I don't know why I'm tired.
Things a little bit.
Or like I'm yawning. Like I feel like if I legit like lay down right now, I probably could go to sleep.
You have to commit
But I
to
don't get
what you
like
think you see.
anybody. Has that ever happened to like anybody else?
Right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
Like you get a decent night's sleep, you wake up, and like you just do a little bit, and you feel fucking tired. Like you're yawning, you're like your eyes feel a little bit heavy, and you're just like, man, I can go to sleep. I don't get it.
Swing and a high fly ball left field.
Oh, I mean, Swanee, we're just kind of starting, man.
Grab.
We're just kind of starting. Swanee, how's the audio sound and everything like that? My
So 2
OBS
down,
like just
Sammy Sosa,
completely
the next Cub to hit.
completely freaking shit the bed yesterday.
And first off, just fouled off.
And had to like put everything into OBS and get everything fixed, but I did a few things differently. So I want to know like how the game, my audio, and like the music audio all sounds, as if it all sounds good. TikTok as well. TikTok, let me know like how does the audio sound, the game, the music, me? Does it all seem pretty balanced? Sound pretty good? Does one overpower the other? Or does it sound pretty good?
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
Nerd alert!
Insomnidad.
Swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
You know, it's funny. I haven't really streamed much. But the last 2 times that I've streamed, Artem has not come in here not once.
So 2 down, digging in. Sammy Sosa.
Not once has he come in here. It's disappointing. I've actually seen Insomnidad more than I've seen Artem.
Outside.
Can you believe that? And
is
Swanee.
ball 1. Way inside, gets out of the way. Now a screamer into the outfield.
Artem go full Hollywood, and it's too good for everyone now. I'm actually going to send him a TikTok. Not a TikTok, a Snapchat. And I think he's home with a rock star. Maybe his noodle arm finally. Artem does have a noodle arm.
So
He does have a noodle arm, I will say that.
To the plate. Pitch is in there.
Can we get a good pitch here? Oh, it's time to. I forgot to text you yesterday, man. Happy belated Father's Day to you as well. Thank you.
And that's outside.
I forgot to text you yesterday.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Oh, you want to do some oh man, what do they call? What was it called again?
First pitch swinging.
In the game?
Point where you have to commit.
This time, yeah, but it can't be. It can't be me and 2 guys from Minnesota because I live in Minnesota now. Squads, yeah, that's what it's called.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strike.
We could call it like the Minnesotians, or some, or Minnesotans or something. Bro, this thing, man, from the Soda Squad. Oh, I like that. I like that. That's nice. Bro, this stuff from Brooklyn Park is yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yesterday or the day before is freaking insane, man. Saturday was Saturday. Shit's crazy, bro. It's like 20 minutes from my house.
Sammy Sosa. And first offering is fouled off. And it finds its way through for a hit. So he gets on base.
I don't know if they found the guy yet or what. They got him? They found him? Where did they find him at?
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit.
I mean, that's what it seems like in some of that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, that's what a lot of people are saying.
There's a swing and a drop. That's back there.
Finally.
And it's into the bleachers.
We got it, baby. Let's go. Third, I heard he was in the middle of his family farm or some shit, just out in the field. That I don't know, all because the people he blank voted to not give. Kate, touchdown. Wrong sport, Kate. Wrong sport, Kate. But I appreciate your your enthusiasm. I know you're probably being sarcastic, if I had to guess. Oh yeah, see, you're being sarcastic. Kate with the heart me. Appreciate you, Kate. Thank you, dear. Kate, how does my on TikTok, how does my audio sound, Kate? How's the music, the game sound, my voice audio? Does it sound better than it did before? Does it sound good right now? Is it pretty well balanced, would you say?
Well, this was a game looking at the pitching matchup,
Or does one overpower the other?
Offense to score and not as lopsided as this. But yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
It's definitely better. Awesome. Music's not too loud. Perfect. Yeah, all my stuff got messed up in my OBS. Like everything got deleted. So I had to re-add everything yesterday, which took me like, I had to fix everything. It took me like 4 hours to do it. But I looked up a couple of different things to do to get like my audio better and to kind of consolidate the usage in OBS. So like I didn't have like to have like a bunch of channels. I just have everything coming through my my Wavelength software being fed under one audio mix through OBS, so that everything is linked to one, so it doesn't have like a bunch of individual sounds, which is how I had it before, and there's like a lot to process. So, and then I have the same thing through TikTok. I added the thing through TikTok, the same thing. And then I just added like my Xbox sound and stuff like that. And then through the mixer here, like I have voice chats off. So like if I'm playing with Will and shit's like he's saying some shit or whatever, like nobody's gonna be able to hear him or whatever.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot, but I mean I don't mind it. I like my stuff to sound good. I mean,
that's where you get hurt.
I mean I'm not streaming as much as I used to, and I don't know why. I really don't. I don't know why I don't really stream a lot. I guess it's just I don't know. I think I'm just mentally preoccupied. Sometimes I just sit down here and I just look up football stuff, or I just watch YouTube, or I'm looking up shit and I'm reading and shit like that or whatever. I feel bad because I'm a part of a content creation group for the New York Giants, and I really have not been uploading content like I should. But I've just been so like distracted. I was working 2 jobs at one point because I was transitioning to another job, and then I was working 2 jobs. So it's like just a lot going on. You know, I'd say, you know, mentally, anxiety and shit like that, like all plays a part too. You know, like when you go through some anxiety or you go through like some mental or depression a little bit, like it kind of fucks with you a little bit, you know? So I feel like this has been going on now for a couple of months. Like I just don't really have like the energy or the drive or desire like I used to like really stream as I need to, like I should. You know, I have all this stuff and I spent years, you know, it's I say this, like what really, I wouldn't say it sucks, because that's like sucks is a strong word to use, but I would say like and it's not even like anybody else's fault, I would say, like, but I would say like maybe mine, because it's all self-inflictions. But like, you know, you spend there he is. There he is. Artem is here. 50 months.
Adam_03 just resubbed for 50 months.
50 months.
This is the game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense.
From my man, Artem.
Not as lopsided as this, but yeah, you definitely expected to see
Sometimes you need more discipline than motivation. No, that's true, Kate. But like I was saying, like,
2 on, 1 out.
I would say, like, when it comes to the streaming stuff, like, I spent a lot of money over the course, like, of years, like, building up. Like, when I started doing this, I had an Xbox. I was streaming through my Xbox, and I had an Xbox Connect. Like, that's how, I appreciate you, Artem. I know you're getting ready to leave. You know, like, that's what I was streaming off of. And then I had a little white HP laptop, and I had like this little speaker that when you twist it, it would like spring up and like enhance the sound. And I had that plugged into the computer, and all my audio and stuff like that would come through headphones that I was running. And that's how I streamed. And I went from that, where I bought a laptop that's actually sitting right here. And that was like $650. And I got all of this stuff to like stream, and that it worked, but it would like always like lag because it wasn't strong enough to be able to process some of that stuff, and my streams would always like lag and shit like that and whatever. And I was streaming a lot, and then I was also trying to do like the YouTube, and every time I would try to render something, my laptop would like shut off. It would like crash because it wasn't able to handle it. And so then I built the desktop. So like over the course of the years, like 1 monitor, 2 monitors, you know, stuff like that. Which this monitor was moved. This monitor. But most of the stuff is packed nice. What time are you planning on leaving, Artem? But like, you know, you spent, you know, years, you know, building all the stuff up, building it, spending it. Like I just got money for Father's Day, and my ring light here is broke. And my mom told me to buy, because I mentioned like an Elgato key light, and she's like, buy it. And so she sent me Father's Day money to get it as like a gift. So I got that. But I don't stream as much as I want. And it's mainly me. Because the consistency isn't there. But I feel a lot of other things have really kind of gotten to the mode of the consistency. Just mental, just getting through mental blocks and dealing with anxiety and dealing with a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Goldfish, opinion on quarterbacks on the Browns quarterback room. I would say with the quarterback room for the Browns, I think it's a good opportunity probably for Shedeur Sanders. I think he's going to end up, I think he's going to be the one that ends up getting the job at some point in time this season. I think that obviously the two guys with Pickett, I don't see you guys having 4 quarterbacks on the roster. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Could it happen? Sure. I don't see it. So I see a guy like Flacco or a guy like Kenny Pickett potentially being a trade partner for a team that is down a quarterback, that has a lot of young quarterbacks in the room and may want a veteran guy there. Look at a team like the Saints. Derek Carr retired. They've got a second-year player in Spencer Rattler. They just drafted Tyler Shuck. They may want a veteran present in the locker room there. So, maybe they go for a Joe Flacco or a Kenny Pickett. Maybe contact the Browns saying, hey, are either one of these two guys available, via trade? Other than that, they may potentially cut him or maybe put one on the practice squad and see what happens. I definitely think that, you took Dylan Gabriel ahead of Shedeur Sanders, so he's definitely going to be on the roster. He's a project guy, and Shedeur got taken in the 5th round, so I think you're going to see Shedeur Sanders. I think you'll see Dylan Gabriel this year, unless Flacco comes out there and has like an all-pro, Pro Bowl type of season. But I think it's pretty set up pretty well for Shedeur Sanders to get his opportunity. I think once he gets his opportunity, he's going to hang on to it. So I think you guys are in good shape. And personally, I don't think that either of the quarterbacks that you've got, unless Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel just like really kind of shock the world, I don't think it puts you out of position to be able to take another quarterback next year at the top of the draft if you guys are there. I don't think that it it'll hurt you guys or not hurt you guys, or stop them from looking into that.
And that is downstairs. And it's 2-2.
McCarthy's about to take the Vikings to the promised land. I'm a believer in McCarthy. I mean, the kid wins. He does well. I like him. I'm very excited to see what comes of JJ McCarthy. You must be a NY fan. Jackson Dart might be good. I am a New York Giants fan. It's been rough for the Giants. It has been rough for the Giants, to say the least. But yeah, I mean, there's some optimism. I think Russell Wilson is probably going to be better than what people think. I don't think he's going to be 2012, 2013. Hell, I don't even think he's going to be like 2016 Russell Wilson. But I think he's a very serviceable quarterback. I think he's still got something in the tank and can still get stuff done. I think a lot of people are kind of writing him off, and I'm not ready to do that. But I think he's in a good spot where he can deliver and, win you some games, get your team prepared, and be a good vocal leader for you in the locker room. And then you got a young talent in Jackson Dart, man, that, he's got all the traits, right? He's got the big frame. He's not tall. I mean, he's like 6'2", 6'3", but I mean, he's big, he's physical. He's got that physicality when he runs. He's got a strong arm. He's got the leadership qualities. He's got the good the right mindset. He's in the right headspace. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do. I think the Giants had a really good draft. They got a lot of good players. You know, to get Abdul Carter, well, was huge. Trading back up to get your quarterback, but then what they did in the other rounds, right? You got Darius Alexander. You know, you went ahead and you got Cam Scattaboo. You got Marcus Bowe. I mean, they did a phenomenal job, man. A hell of a draft for the Giants this previous season, and even I'm gonna say the whole offseason, getting Javon Holland, getting Golston, you know, from Dallas, Paulson Adebo. You know, really good acquisitions for the Giants this year. I'm excited for the season. I'm excited for the season for sure.
And here is Sosa to the plate. And that drops in for a strike.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
Swing and a foul out of play. Pitch misses there. 1-2 to count.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone.
Sosa beats the second out there. And it's a double play to end the inning.
Got to get these home runs with Sammy Sosa.
Now at the plate, 0-2 in this one. Got it.
Bro, why am I swinging at these, chat?
Strike one.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you
Why am I swinging at
bat
these?
of this caliber, especially with runners on, just gotta keep
Swung on, belted. And that gets down.
But yeah, Kate. I mean, going back to like what we were talking about a little bit. You know, it's just about that consistency. And look, there were also things that transpired. You know, one thing I am not by any means, you know, shying away from. Not shying away from at all. You know, where, you know, I moved to a state to basically help somebody and got caught in the middle of something, and then it was just
finish off this hitter.
I shouldn't have done that at all, and it was wrong to do that, and I got very involved in trying to help somebody just to get kind of screwed over. And then it really kind of happened again, to be honest, where it was my wife that was speaking with somebody that, you know, a female of a streamer, and was given some information, who then related to me, and you know, it like, we should have just never got involved in those situations and just let those people do their own thing and deal with it their own way. And then knowing that, and then when I lost my daughter, I kind of just went through like I just lost it. You know, I was like lost when my daughter passed away, and you know, when we had the stillbirth, and I really just kind of like was in a bad spot, and I don't think that I ever really like mourned or grieved, because I wanted to be there for my wife, because of the fact that, you know, she had never went through something like that, and I felt like if I wasn't at my best, if I didn't hold it together, then she might not have. And I wanted to be kind of like the rock for her, so I kind of like, you know, I kind of buried it and whatnot. And I think I just kind of lost it on the wrong person. I think I just basically kind of took out all of the anger and the frustration that I had at the situation.
Runner holds at third, so just one across on the play.
$2,800 for the breaks? Jesus. And I took it out on the wrong person. And I apologized to that person. And then the person had the audacity to tell me that I wasn't honoring, I wasn't honoring my daughter. I don't remember the right verbiage, but I was like, I wasn't honoring her or whatever. I was basically like embarrassing her. And this was somebody that has never had a child at the time. Never had a child, never knew what it was like to lose a child, like to hold a child that was like, never knew. Now, recently this person just started having, has 2 kids, and good for him. And I wish him and his family and his kids and everything like that. Front and rear bed, also the front arm joint assembly needed to be fixed too. Hey, you know what, Artem? You know what that sounds like? Sounds like you need to trade it in and get a new car. I think you should start talking to me about it. And so, I hope that, wish nothing but the best for the guy and his family and, and his kids and everything like that. And, but like, I bet you that person knows now, having kids and knowing what they, trust me, I know. Speaking of the gym, I was going to literally repeat what Artem just wrote in the chat. So now that person probably understands the value of having a child, having 2 of them, knows what that love is, know what it's like to, when the baby first comes out and you first hear that first cry and you hold them for the first time, because you're the first one, like, you hold them, right? They put them on like, I pulled out a few of my kids, and I handed them over, but for you to cut the cord and have that experience and hold that baby, there's a bond that's formed in that moment, in that moment, in that time, that's unexplainable. And imagine experiencing that and then having to watch the love of your life give birth to a child that unfortunately has passed on. Not only that, to watch your loved one be intubated because they had sepsis and they were trying to get it controlled and was on the verge of death. So not only did you lose your child, but you potentially could lose, I could potentially have been a single dad, right? Didn't process that, made that comment, and from that point on, I was like, you know what? Fuck this guy. Like, you're gonna make, I'm being a man, I'm approaching you like, hey man, look, I don't, like, you could have said it differently. You could have been like, hey man, I don't know what it's like. I don't even want to pretend to know that I understand what it's like. I've never experienced that, and I can only imagine what you're going through and whatnot, and yada yada yada. If you need me, I'm here. I totally get it. I totally understand. No, it was what it was. And then, they said they weren't going to cancel me over a bad day, which they didn't. But then just randomly out of nowhere, you get blocked randomly out of nowhere. And it's like, dude, whatever, man. Like,
now 1-1.
They sure was. A lot of people are until they experience it. You know what I mean? Like, until they experience it. But because of that situation, it definitely hurt my streams because there was a lot of people that were in those streams. And that's really the kind of way like this streaming thing works, Kate, is you find a community, you know a community, you go into that community, you make friends in that community, and a lot of the people support other people that because they want to show support to the person that they were with. So like if I, you know, so you're let's just say like you're a streamer, Kate, and you've got an audience that watches you. You have a community that watches you, and you find my streams and you start playing with me or something like that, right? Like we play Fortnite or something, right? And like you've hosted my streams before. People are gonna want, because they appreciate you and they want to show your support, and they want to get noticed by you the way you've noticed me. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna go into my streams because they're like, oh well, if I go into Rob's streams and I show support, Kate's gonna see that and is gonna say like, wow, this guy is coming at my stream supporting, he's going to this guy's stream supporting. He, you know, that means something. But in the back of their mind, they're looking for something. It's not really networking. They're looking for something back at some particular point in time. So when they start streaming or they decide to do something right, they can go ahead and kind of get that IOU paid back. You know what I mean? And that's really what it comes down to. And so that's really what happened is that, you know, a lot of people were coming by, was, you know, in with the community. And a lot of people were coming by because they wanted to support. It wasn't just this guy. It was a couple. And it was really 3 streamers, if you want me to be honest. There were 3 streamers that the same crowd was with, that was always going to. And when this person was live, they would go here. And then when that person was getting off, the other person was going live. So then they rated that person. It was all really the same group. It just got to the point where they stopped coming around for whatever reason. Mainly probably because the guy that I had an issue with said something, you know, or had the issue with me. So like, oh, well, you know what? I'm cool with that guy. So I'm going to avoid this guy that you had the issue with, because then I'm not honoring you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like me, like you have an issue, say you have an issue with Will, right? Will's a streamer, whatever. You get into an issue with him, you know, then at that point, maybe I need to cool it with him, because then if you find out that I'm still being cool with him, maybe you might take it a certain type of way. You know what I mean? And that's just, and it shouldn't be that way, but that's the way it is. That's the way in the streaming world, you know? Everybody's got an agenda with streaming. It's not what it used to be. Today's streaming, man, is everybody wants to be a streamer. Everybody wants to be a content creator. And everybody's looking for the handout. Everybody's looking for the handout. And everybody is looking, if they can shit on somebody to get ahead, they're going to do it. And there's not really a lot of people that I feel really, I don't feel like the people are genuine. And there are also people that are really clicked up. They're really clicked up. They're really close and stuff like that. And they don't break out of that. And I get why, right? Because in the real world, right, I have a small clique of people that I talk to, that I confide in, that I speak with about certain things. I don't go out to other people. I keep a tight lip, because I don't like my shit getting out if it doesn't need to get out. There are things that I share, but those are things that I feel comfortable sharing. I wouldn't share things that I don't want to share.
Strike one is so critical in a bat like this, with a real threat at the plate looking to do damage.
Fat stacks of ass. You got one. If that's what if I think that's what you're referring to in Zomla Dad, you got one at home that you can grab. I'm sure. As do I. But that's really what it's about, Kate, you know? And it's unfortunate.
They get one, and that's all they'll get.
I figured.
And here is
So,
to the plate.
and the other thing is, too, is like, I don't feel like there's a lot of people, because of that, right? I don't feel like there's a lot of people that are very forthcoming and willing to maybe lend a hand out
Over to Thomas, and that double
or
play
be
is in.
quick to, you know, like,
Down. So
there
now
might be a streamer, there might be somebody because of that, right? They may not host or raid or make themselves vulnerable
strike one.
because they don't want to get burned or they don't want to cause an issue because it can affect their community. They don't want to get caught up in the drama. They don't want to get caught up in because here's the thing, if you support somebody and they get involved with drama, now that drama gets attracted to you because people that are in your community are going to come to your chat and you're going to be like, hey, did you hear about what so-and-so did? Did you hear about what so-and-so said? Did you hear about what so-and-so said they were going to do? And then that brings unnecessary attention to you, to your platform, to what you're doing, because now you got to answer questions about somebody else. And you may know about it, or you may not even know about it, but now you got to answer questions about it. And then you say something or view something a certain way, or you brush it off, and then that person's like, yo, why didn't you have my back? Why didn't you defend me? Why didn't you this? Why didn't you that? It just causes a bunch of problems. It just causes a bunch of a headache. It just causes a bunch of problems. And the thing is streaming never used to be that way. It never used to be like that.
There's the strike, 95 that one.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
That's what some of your kids streamer. Yeah, see, I mean, like, that's just the way that it is, Kate. Unfortunately, it's really the way that it is. It's not like how it used to be. When I started streaming, it was just fun, and there were different things that you could do. Like, when I really got into the streaming, I was just giving stuff away. I was known as a giveaway streamer. So I would play Madden, and they had something called a trade block in Madden where you could, trade cards to people. And I would do giveaway streams. And the way I did the giveaway streams is that you had to be in my streams when I went live to earn, like, points. And then those points, you could use them for raffles, for giveaways, and you could win cards. And because of everything that I was doing, I had people that were coming in that were donating money to the stream for me to rip packs, or they were donating tons of cards. I had binders full of cards that I was giving away. And they took that away, and that kind of really ended it. And then it went to, it transitioned to just really, I think at that point, a lot of like the really good, when it just came to like Madden, I'm just speaking like on the Madden part of it, you either had to be a really good comp player or you had to be somebody that was making a lot of coins, right? So you had to be you had to know the sets, you had to know sniping methods, you had to be a really good marketing type of guy, or you were previously involved in a group that really like was established, so to speak. And it just, at that point, it just kind of went down. It went downhill from that point.
Could be extra bases. Around second now, as they still don't have
You know, so and that's kind of where it is right now. So then at that point, people kind of got lazy and they weren't getting the traction that they were getting. And so, I mean, at least that's what it was for me. A lot of people stopped coming around because they were just coming around for the giveaways. And then when that happened and then the streams kind of plummeted and shit like that or whatever, then you get disappointed. Then you get disappointed and you get upset and you're like, man, like my shit's kind of going, my shit's going down fucking hill, you know, shit like that or whatever. Like, then you become discouraged. Then you become discouraged. Oh, I bet, Swanee. I don't remember if you gave me cards, Swanee. You might have, but I know you probably gave Raw. You definitely probably gave Cougar Rob for sure.
And here is Sosa to the plate. Line drive ripped down the left side towards the left field corner. Around first and hustling for second. In safely.
But I mean, it was a crazy time, man. But that's really where it's at right now. Oh, you wanting Cougar Robs and donates? I mean, that's what people were doing though, Swanee. People would win shit in other people's streams that were doing like giveaways, and like they would give it to other people. Or what was really satisfying was having a bunch of coins that people, because people were done with the game at some point. They're like, hey, do you want coins? Put a card up, I'll give you coins. Like, I'm done playing Madden. I got 1.5 million. I've got 900K. I've got 2.5 million. Do you want these coins? Put these cards up, you know, I'll give you the coins. I'm done playing the game. And they would give you the coins. Well, I would say probably one of my most satisfying donations was giving Mr. Golden Sports. There was like a 99 movers Marshawn Lynch that they came out with, and he was never on the market. And I had like, at the time, I had like 11 million coins, and he had coins too. I don't remember how many coins he had, but he was just trying to bargain shop because he makes content, right? So he's got to be smart with his coins that he spends because he's making content and shit like that. So I remember it was on the market for like 3 million coins, or like 2.8 or like 3.1 or something like that. And I bought it. And I said, yo, could you throw up, I told GS, I was like, yo, GS, throw up a card. And I gave him the Marshawn Lynch.
First offering is fouled off.
And he was fucking ecstatic. But I also did that because when I was doing my train giveaways, every Saturday, bro, he was raiding me.
And that one is off the top.
He was raiding me every Saturday when he had like 300 people in his stream, Swanee. I don't know if you remember, but he was raiding me almost every Saturday when I did my train giveaways. And he was bringing 300, 400, 500 people into my stream. Shit, I remember back when I started, Toke Nasty was coming into my streams on a regular basis. I would always tag him. I'm live. And I remember one day he was editing a video and he like retweeted my tweet and he responded. He said, yo, everybody come in here. And he came into my stream and and was hanging out. And he would come in periodically. He would come in, he would drop in, was subbed. I got his phone number. And like, I guess like at that point, you know, it was kind of silly for me because I was a big fan of Toke Nasty. Like Toke, iMav, GS, like I was a real fan of those guys. I would DM with iMaverick all the time. Me and him would talk. But like Toke was like on another level. Like I really enjoyed his content. I still do. I really enjoy his content. And like, I remember one day he raided me and then he FaceTimed me. Like I gave him my phone number and he FaceTimed me, and he was like, "Yo," but he was so fucking drunk. He was trashed. So I don't think that he remembers. But I was like so shell shocked that like he wanted to hang out. Like I was like, dude, like, cause he was like one of my, dude, he was, at the time, he was my favorite streamer, my favorite content creator. So to get his number and like for him to tell me like, yeah, man, let's hang out tomorrow. We'll get the family together and shit like that. It wasn't even about like anything. It was just about being able to hang out with one of my favorite streamers, you know. So I was like, fuck, dude. And so I was calling him and texting him and shit like that and whatever. And I don't think that I think that he probably felt bad or didn't remember that he made the plans because he was drunk. And I think he felt bad. But I also think that I just made it like really fucking weird calling him a lot. And it was my fault because I was like super fucking starstruck at the time. And I was still, I wouldn't say I was like super young. I was like 19, 20. But at that point, like to get his number and like for him to be like, yeah, let's hang out and shit like that, I thought was fucking cool. And so just never, nothing ever materialized. But then he started, going live again, and I was talking with him, and he was like really chill. And I haven't talked to him in a hot minute, so I know his son Brody just graduated, is going to middle school, I think. I think he just turned like 11 or something like that, or he's older than that maybe. So bro, I remember watching Toke Nasty when he was making videos sitting on a couch in his living room. I remember when he was editing, and doing things at a coffee table. Like I remember all that shit. I was watching him. I was with him from the get-go. I remember when he made the Troll Squad back in, was it Madden 25? I think is when he made that. Zed, I appreciate the follow. I think it was like Madden 25 when he made that. It was like he had like all these Rob Gronkowskis, Calvin Johnsons, Lawrence Taylors, Julius Peppers, Night Train Lanes. Like he had them all. He had Michael Vick as his quarterback. He said this was the don't press pause and look at my team squad. So, and I found out that he lived in fucking Clearwater. He lived 30 minutes away from me. When I lived in Florida, he was like 30, 45 minutes away from me. He lived in Clearwater. So I was like, fuck, dude, like one of my favorite streamers lives like 35, 40 minutes away. I'm like, dude, we can get together, we can go fucking fishing, if we hit it off, like go drink some fucking beer, go to a Bucks game, go to a Rays game or something. Like, at the time, arena football was still pretty big, because I enjoy fishing. I'm not like this professional fisher or nothing like that. I just love going out on the water and going fishing.
At the wall, and it's out of play. That pitch gets the inside corner, and that is strike two. And that's outside.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't pitch in the zone because that's where you can get hurt. That's towards center.
Might have to get my son off the bus here.
One up, and there's two down. Here is Sosa.
Give me a second, you guys. I'll be right back, all right? about that, y'all. I had to get my son off the bus, and then my daughter woke up. And then I have a meeting I need to go to here in the next 15 minutes here.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Larnach makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. So up now for Chicago, Sammy Sosa. Pitch misses, ball 1. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Makes the catch for the out. And there's 2 down. And here is Sosa to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Bases empty. Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. Back there. Going, gone.
Let's go. Kate, you still here, Kate?
And the batter now, Sammy Sosa. Nola back to work. There's a swing and a drive. That one back there, and foul as it bangs off the fence. And it's fouled off. On the ground, a second, might be 2.
Got it.
For 1, and they get him easily at first. It's a double play.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first.
Rolling over to 6 for 1. Back to first, and that is a double play. And here is Sosa to the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Over to stop for 1, and it's a double play.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Foul. Swing and a ground ball. The pitch. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back
let's go. I could probably try one more, and then I gotta go.
Here's Sosa to the plate.
Nah.
Swings through the sweeper.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
And that's ruled a swing. And at first, Sammy Sosa will hit next.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Gets him to chase after that one.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
Fouled off left side. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. And now, Sammy Sosa, who's over 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Headed towards the corner. Frelick running hard to get it. Got it. Nice grab. Sammy Sosa.
We can restart. We can restart it probably like once or twice.
So 2 down.
1 extra base and then 3 hits.
Sammy
Goodness
Sosa,
gracious.
the next Cub to hit. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
What am I doing?
And now the count is even. Here's a rocket out to left. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. Now it's the right fielder, Sammy Sosa. He's 0 for 1. Swings and blasts one deep to left center, reaching back towards the wall. He's got it, and that's
Jesus.
the inning.
I don't think I'm going to be able to complete this.
Out to center. Chorio.
Yep. Have to restart.
Falls it in to end the inning. So 2 down. Sammy Sosa, the next Cub to hit. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Front with the swing, and that is strike 1.
He's going to have to make sure that he stays patient because he is the focal point in that lineup. They're going to pitch him tough. They're going to pitch around him. And when he doesn't see other guys doing anything,
That's fucking pop up.
Is become a little too aggressive.
Darn it.
And chase out of the zone.
And that is that. As we go to the last of the 3rd. And here is Sosa to the plate.
Why did I swing at that? Because you're dumb, Rob. That's why.
That one ripped left field. That's back there. Off the scoreboard and out of here.
All right, here we go. Come on.
Runner at first with 2 away. And now Sammy Sosa. He's already homered in this game. Corner on the go. Here's a high fly ball out to center.
That doesn't count as a hit.
Goes under this one. Makes the grab. And that
That should count as a hit.
a swing and a miss. And that's strike one. Next offering is foul back. Foul ball still 0-2. One down, base is empty.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Next offering upstairs.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
That's
Come on,
foul
man.
the right side keeps the AB going.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base
There we
hit.
go.
So he battled through a long at bat and earned himself a hit. And we're back.
All right, we need one more. One more. Come on, one more hit.
Yeah, there's the strike.
Some hitters are just more confident. They can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
In the air, left field. Makes the grab, one away.
All right, that was it. All right, boys and girls. I got to head out. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be easy, man. It was a lot of fun. We'll probably go back live later. Like I said, I got to go to a meeting right now, so I appreciate y'all hanging out this morning. Y'all be easy. All right. Hug your loved ones. Tell somebody that you love them. Today was not promised and tomorrow is not guaranteed. Much love, you guys. Peace out.